I brought the Shield back to the WWE to see if they can be as dominant as they were 10 years prior, or will they just become perennial jobbers? I guess we'll find out, so let's jump in. Our first show is Backlash, where Roman Reigns of the Shield, who is the undisputed Universal Champion, defends against CM Punk. CM Punk looks like he's about to win and end Roman Reigns' crappy title run, but then Seth Rollins on the outside distracts CM Punk long enough for Roman to counter, hit one spear, and then another spear to pin CM Punk, and that's it. The Shield wins. Roman Reigns retains with interference, because of course he does. Like, when is the last time Roman has lost a match without interference? Due to the interference from Seth Rollins, Adam Pearce is unhappy and decides to make Seth Rollins' life a living hell, because he's going to put him in a Hell in a Cell match for the World Championship against Jey Uso. And to the shock of everyone, Jey Uso hits a little too many chair shots to Seth Rollins, and it causes enough of a boo-boo for Seth to be pinned. Jey Uso wins the World Heavyweight Championship in Seth Rollins' first defense, which honestly seems kind of, Jey Uso celebrating the ring, and after he gets to the backstage, disaster happens. Jey Uso gets thrown into a spotlight off of the railing by Dean Ambrose of the Shield. This causes Jey Uso to vacate the World Heavyweight Championship due to injury. So Dean Ambrose put Jey Uso on the shelf. Wow. But first, if you've liked this video so far, like it, subscribe to the channel, and also comment down below just for your feedback. Alright, shameless plug over, let's get back into it. So with Jey Uso being injured and vacating the championship, we have to find a new world champion. So we decide to have a triple threat with Cody Rhodes, who's looking to be the key to the kingdom. You get it? Because of the Sora gear? You get it? Seth Rollins, for some reason. Yeah, the guy who lost and injured the champion is getting a free title shot. Like, what the hell is this? And Mother effing Omni-Man is joined the WWE. Looks like he's gonna whip some ass and take some names. Or so you think. Because he doesn't. Seth Rollins hits a knee onto Cody Rhodes and then just pins Omni-Man for the 3. Cody Rhodes looks to end it, but Seth Rollins steals it from him. Oh wow, I wonder how that sounds like. Someone stealing a story from Cody Rhodes? Regardless, Seth Rollins has gotten back his World Championship. Also, in the shortest Money in the Bank ladder match I think I've ever seen, someone sets up the ladder in the middle of the ring, Finn Balor just waltzes up the ladder, grabs the briefcase, and just wins. Because everybody's too busy fighting each other on the outside, Balor wins the Money in the Bank briefcase. Bullcrap, man. At SummerSlam, something a bit unexpected happens. You know Finn Balor, the guy who won the Money in the Bank briefcase? Well, he announces that he's going to be cashing that in at SummerSlam against the undisputed champion Roman Reigns. But he's not going as a man. He's going as a demon. Demon Balor returns to take on Roman Reigns for the undisputed championship. Despite Roman Reigns' best efforts, Finn Balor picks up Roman, drops him right on his head, covers him for the 3 count, and Finn Balor wins the undisputed championship, ending Roman Reigns' title run finally. And no bullcrap ring exploding thing to, change the outcome. Finn Balor is your new undisputed champion. But the main event is a last man standing match. Seth Rollins, the guy who weaseled his way back in getting a championship, takes on Cody Rhodes, who's coming out in Zelda gear looking to finish this quest. After a crazy match, Cody Rhodes actually finishes the story by beating Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Finishing the story with the World Heavyweight Championship? That doesn't sound right at all. Regardless, Cody Rhodes is the new champion. Well, can it get any worse for the Shield? They're down 2 world champions in their group. Yes, it does. Because Jey Uso makes his comeback from injury and beats the crap out of Dean Ambrose for revenge. Dean escapes, but a match is made for Clash at the Castle. Jey Uso challenging Dean Ambrose to use his United States Championship. One of the last titles that the Shield has. If they lose this, it's probably over for them. So, knowing this, Dean Ambrose brings the boys with him to the ringside. And guess what happens? The Shield distract Jey Uso long enough for Ambrose to capitalize, and Ambrose locks on a bulldog chokehold to make Jey Uso tap out. Dean Ambrose retains thanks to interference in the Shield. I don't understand why the ref would do that. Like, he knows exactly what's going to happen, right? With the Shield getting a win at Clash of the Castle, they decide to go into Extreme Rules, and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins lick their wounds, and they go for the tag titles against the Judgment Day. Seth Rollins hits a curb stop onto Finn Balor, and Roman Reigns takes care of business on the outside long enough for Seth Rollins to get a pin, and new tag team champions. The Shield is starting to look up. Ahead of the Survivor Series, teams are starting to form. Finn Balor, the Universal Champion, and Damian Priest, the Judgment Day, decide to align with Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes, who have problems with the Shield. The Shield, though, need one more team member. They look up and down the roster, and then they look at Kurt Angle. And they're like, hey, he used to be a part of the Shield. Kurt, you want to come back? And Kurt's like, hell yeah, brother. One more match. So, Survivor Series War Games. The Shield versus Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, and the Judgment Day. After a hellacious War Games match, 3 guys are on the other side of the ring. Seth Rollins hits a curb stomp into Damian Priest's skull and pins him for the 1-2-3. The Shield actually win the War Games match. The Shield win, and the other side is sad, I guess. Of course, the Shield, being the diabolical bastards they are, they treat Kurt Angle with the utmost respect. So they kill him off and injure him. But now it's time to move on to day 1. We have 2 matches for day 1 this time. Dean Ambrose defends the United States Championship against Ricochet, and they finally tell Dean Ambrose to not have any interference, no Shield at ringside. And surprisingly, Dean Ambrose actually does beat Ricochet. He hits a Dirty Deeds and pins him for the 3. Dean Ambrose actually retains without interference. Wow, what a concept. How shocking. In the main event for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships, Roman Reigns and the Shield, who look a lot younger, take on Omni-Man, who's back after losing, teaming up with his son, Invincible. Okay, this is just ridiculous. And to the shock of me, because Omni-Man's been kind of just a big fat loser, Omni-Man powerbombs Roman Reigns through a table, eliminating him because it's an elimination table tornado tag match. And then Omni-Man and Invincible just decide to pummel the utter living shit out of Seth Rollins. Just annihilate him. Omni-Man finally gets his revenge after all this time. Invincible looks to end it with a power slam through a table, but then Omni-Man's like, son, get out of the way. He has to die. And he punches Seth Rollins through the table. Seth Rollins probably breaks his neck in 2 places. Omni-Man and Invincible win the Tag Team Championships, and Seth Rollins might need to go to a local medical facility for that injury. Now the road to WrestleMania begins. Due to Seth Rollins' win at War Games, he gets a World Heavyweight Championship match against Cody Rhodes. And after a back and forth match, Seth Rollins hits a cool looking Phoenix Splash off the middle rope, pins Cody Rhodes, and ends his story. Seth Rollins finishes the story of Cody Rhodes. And the main event is the Royal Rumble itself. The final 2 of this match, after a crazy Royal Rumble match with goofy shit happening in it, is CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Yeah, the guy who just won the World Heavyweight Championship has now decided to de-age himself by 10 years and wiggle his way into the Royal Rumble. And CM Punk, the guy who got screwed out of his World Championship by the Shield, facing off. And CM Punk, he throws Rollins over the top, and that's it. CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble match and is going to WrestleMania to finish his story. At Elimination Chamber, there is a Elimination Chamber match for the Undisputed Universal Championship, and it's kind of wacky. You got the Demon Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, Bray Wyatt, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Yokozuna, and Dwayne. Good old Dwayne, stealing the spotlight once again. Roman Reigns makes it to 4th place as he gets hit with a mandible claw and is made to pass out. Roman Reigns is out and he's got no more opportunities, unfortunately. The final 2 of the match comes down to Stone Cold Steve Austin and Yokozuna. Despite that thick boy Yokozuna's best attempts, he was not able to overcome the rattlesnake as Steve Austin hits a stunner, and that is the end. Steve Austin wins the Undisputed Universal Championship, and the bloodline is completely fallen. The Rock, Roman, Yokozuna, to the rattlesnake. Before we get to WrestleMania, we have a couple of other things we need to do first. Firstly, the Shield haven't had a 6-man tag match since this video started, so now they're going to have one more. A 6-man tag match against Imperium in a tornado table tag elimination match. Imperium obliterate the Shield. Gunther powerbombs Roman Reigns. Ambrose gets slammed through a table, and then Rollins also gets slammed through a table. Imperium clean sweep the Shield. And because of this, Gunther gets a title shot, but with the catch. No Shield, no Imperium. It's just a 1v1 with Dean Ambrose and Gunther. And to the shock of everyone, Dean Ambrose actually beats Gunther clean. Dean Ambrose actually retains his championship against Gunther. It's kind of surprising. However, something else surprising happens after the match. As Dean Ambrose is celebrating, Kurt Angle comes out of nowhere and attacks Dean Ambrose, getting his revenge and making his return to stake a claim that he wants Dean Ambrose's ass at WrestleMania. In a wrestling match, that is, am I right? And now we arrive at WrestleMania, the big show. 2 matches, night 1. Kurt Angle, who's coming back after being injured and nearly killed by Dean Ambrose, bringing some backup because we all know the freaking Shield are going to come out with Jey Uso. And of course, unsurprisingly, Dean Ambrose comes out with the Shield. And you'd think that this would be like a climactic feud, right? This would be the end. But you'd be wrong, because the fucking Shield attacked Kurt Angle on the outside. The referee doesn't do anything, and he counts to the 10. Dean Ambrose retains his championship, his United States Championship, I believe, because of a countout, because the Shield weren't disqualified. After the match, Adam Pearce is so sick of this shit that he sends Omni-Man and Invincible to completely take out Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. So Omni-Man and Invincible basically take out the Shield, so Seth Rollins has nobody backing him tomorrow. So Seth Rollins is going to have to fight CM Punk on his own for the World Heavyweight Championship. No backup. It looks like CM Punk is going to win and picks up Rollins, but Rollins headbutts him right in the face and pins him for the 3. Seth Rollins, despite having no Shield, wins. Because, of course, the one time where CM Punk needs to win, he fucking loses. And that's all she wrote, everyone. If you liked the video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below if you want to see anything else, or if you just want to comment for whatever reason. Okay, bye-bye.